Well, hello everybody. This is Carlos, and I'm here with another MTG Casual Commander live. Now, if you don't know what these lives are about, they can be about anything. Today we are going to go over some commercials on YouTube. Oh no, we got to get that audio turned off there. There we go. All right. Perfect. And can everybody see me all right there? All right. Again, this is Carlos with an MTG Casual Commander live. We're going to do all kinds of things today. We might even get a player or two at the board to go ahead and play a game tonight. But for right now, we just kind of want to go over some of the March of the Machines cards that we've been pulling. A little bit later, we want to talk about the desparked Planeswalkers that all got spoiled. What do you think about those? I mean, these Planeswalkers all started out as legendary creatures and with time became Planeswalkers. Do you think Wizards is going to just give them their Planeswalker sparks back? Are they going to come back more powerful than before? I know the legendary creature versions of these cards are a little more powerful than their starting legendary creature cards before they got the spark. But we also want to probably give away a few things tonight while we're waiting. Now, what happened with our players for tonight? We had an emergency. The ATOG was flinging feces all over our pizza party, and they came up with tapeworms. But this is not normal tapeworms. These are ATOG tapeworms. None of those players want that, but they all have it. Except for me, I decided not to eat pizza that day. So I'm here with you, as you can tell by the pirate patch. I'm also from the future. We went ahead. I want to take a look at some of these cards just to really highlight what we're seeing in this set and the differences. We got a couple of new abilities. We have the incubate ability, and we also have backup with this set, and we will get right away and put those on a class for you guys. I did get to go into a draft, or a pre-release rather, and I ended up pulling 3 Yargles out of my pre-release pack. So I went ahead and did Yargles with some kite sails, and that really couldn't have worked better. The deck, it kind of looked like this. It was, we have the Realm Breaker, gets rid of those libraries real fast in a pre-release. And then we have Yargle. This guy is the old Yargle, still big enough to use, still big enough to definitely make fly and send at somebody. We have the new Yargle, and that is that 18-6, maybe the best commander, even though it's a vanilla commander. For those of you that don't know what that means that it really has no abilities down here except for it is a giant creature. This was a really good card. And then, of course, that little generic kite sail equipment that just gives your creature +1/+1 in flying, and that makes a pretty brutal pre-release right there. I'm sorry, +1/+0 and flying. But try to go ahead and block that 19-6 more than 1 or 2 times, and you're gonna die in that match. I pulled second place on the tournament. The last game I got mana screwed a little bit, and that's okay, it happens. But what we want to do is we want to give away some packs here tonight. We want to talk to you about some of these new cards, and I have a whole box full of them to talk about. Let's see, where are we gonna start? First off, why don't we ask you guys, is there a favorite card from the set that you really like? Did you guys like the Omnath? Are you just after the Praetors? let us know in the comments, and we will promptly respond. Because that's how we do things here, promptly. Or we try. All right, so what are we going to do here? Let's go ahead and just take a look at this stack of cards. I'm going to pull this back, and we're going to get you a new view here. We'll go all the way up and flip that around there. How about that? All right, guys, that looks like it's kind of almost level there. All right, so we did put an APB out to the players. We'll see who can make it out. The first card I kind of want to talk about today is this Omnath, Locus of All. We've found a couple different versions of him. Now, what this card does is pretty insane. If you would lose... Oh, hold on a second. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes black instead. Okay, and then at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card if it has 3 or more colored mana symbols in its mana cost. If you do, add 3 mana in any combination of any of its colors and put it into your hand. If you don't reveal it, just put it in your hand. So that's already pretty broken as it is, but what you're not thinking about at the time of pulling this guy is all of the charms have 3 colored mana, and you can use that to play a spell or play the charm for free at every pre-combat main phase, and there are a lot of cool charms. Each one has modes and abilities. Those work really well with this guy, but in addition to that, you can just save that mana, and it will become black mana that you can use to spend huge amounts of it on a black spell that is a game ender. That is really the real trick with Omnath. I do like this art the best. This was the buy a box promo that came with the box. We did get the regular art and a foil version, both different arts than this. But I think this one is my favorite. Let us know what you think about this Omnath in the comments below. Are you going to use it? Are you not going to use it? Will he be your commander? Or will he be in the other 99 cards? Let us know. And yeah, I think he's really cool. Now, I had an Omnath deck with all 4 of the other Omnaths in it. For him to join that, he would have to become the commander, but at the same time, he doesn't really do what the other Omnaths do. I would have to find a way to make that brutal, just as it is. That's one guy I wanted to talk about. Ayara, another one that I thought was really, really cool at the beginning. When I put her in my pre-release kit, though, I got quite a different experience. You have to actually sacrifice your own creatures and artifacts to deal the damage. You have to tap her as well, so she won't be attacking when you do that. You do gain a little life, but then at the same time, you can pay the mana value and transform her. Now, at the beginning of combat on your turn, you can return up to 1 artifact or creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste, and then exile it. So you do get those creatures back one more time, but once you've used them, they're exiled. They're not coming back. So this actually hurt in the pre-release a little bit more than it helped, I thought. That was probably one card that I put into my pack and I probably would not have used. We got the Fairy Mastermind. This guy is going to be drawing you cards like mad. I would put this in my Council of 4 deck because all of the cards in there depend on your opponent's drawing cards to allow you to draw more cards. And this does that. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you can draw a card. And then each player draws a card for 4 mana. So you can actually force that. so that you get to draw those cards. Actually, on your turn, on the next player's turn, on the next player's turn, every turn you can draw multiple cards for what you're getting for this guy. He's actually pretty freaking good. What else do we have? We've got a sleeper agent. Now when he comes into play, target opponent gains control of it, but then at the beginning of your upkeep, sleeper agent deals 2 damage to you. So whoever gets this is actually taking 2 damage a turn until they can get rid of it. With it being a 3/3 for 1, that's pretty crazy. At the same time, you would have to attack with it because you're going to be taking 2 damage whether or not you use it or not. This was a list card out of the set that we pulled. We've got this guy right here, Hirobi, Death's Wall. Now, whenever a creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, destroy that creature. This guy is going to be hilarious when you're playing with your friends and you have the abilities that say target creature gets vigilance until the end of your turn, and you give it to your opponent's creature, and they're going to be like, why would you do that? And then destroy that creature. Boom. Guess what? I'm going to also put a +1/+1 counter on your other creature and destroy that too. You just got to watch out with this guy. You don't want to target your own stuff too much because it will destroy it. So that is Hirobi, Death's Wall at a glance. I think he could be a really fun, for a black player, a really fun general, but you just got to be real careful that you're targeting other people's stuff and not your own stuff with that, because it will destroy it. And then here we go. We did come across one of the other arts for Omnath. Which art do you like better? I think that both of these are probably tied for my favorite. The other one, not so much. I do like this one a little more, but it might just be because it's foil, you know? I don't know. Which Omnath are you at? Would you rather have a foil version of this or this one? I think I'm going to stick with this one each time. They both do the same thing, of course. We've got some Use Your Imagination cards here that got slid into our rares we wanted to talk about. Who did that? Who did that? Here's one that I'd definitely like to mention. Now, this is Saint Traft and Rem Kourlos. And whenever Rem Kourlos becomes tapped, create a 1/1 red human creature token if this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn. If it's the second time, create a 1/1 blue spirit creature token with flying, and if it's the third time, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying. Whenever you cast a spell that has Convoke, untap Saint Taft and Ren Kourlos. What do you guys think about this card? What are you going to use it in? I guarantee you in this colors, this is going to be a great, fun new commander to use. You're going to have tokens everywhere. Hey, what's up? That's Freakish Nightmare sitting on our live. We are just talking about cards right now. We're going to give away a couple of packs here in a little bit, but we wanted to talk about some of these new cards that are coming out and how people are going to use them. I do know there's token doublers as well. We also have I do need some friends. All of our players have tapeworms. Didn't you get the memo? Yeah, this guy's just really, really cool. If you like playing with tokens, double those tokens and get this dude out. You're gonna appreciate him when he is out on the board. What else do we got? We got these guys. The Jeru and Hazaret. Oh my goodness. So as long as you have 1 or fewer cards in hand, Jeru and Hazaret has Vigilance and Haste. So you got to keep your hand low of cards. Whenever it attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may exile a legendary creature from among them. Put the rest on the bottom of the library in a random order. Until end of turn, you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. So, free legendary creatures, everybody. This is actually super cool card. It could be easily broken. We got a few of those. And I don't know where we'll put it. We won't put it in more than one deck, but definitely it has a place somewhere. Let us know where you would put that guy. Do you have a commander that you really love that's in there, that you would like to put that guy in? Let us know. I might send you. I think we have a few too many. We got a Catilda and Lear. Let's talk about these guys. Whenever you cast a historic spell, target instant and sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. This thing is pretty sweet. But only if you're playing conditions that are going to make it work. You got to have a lot of historic spells, artifacts, legendary creatures, legendary spells, and then you got to have lots of instants and sorceries. So you pretty much have to build a deck around this person. Ooh, Goro and Saturo. All right. That's a good pull. I did not pull one of those yet. And then what do we think about the backup ability? That's what this backup ability. Okay, so how backup works is when the creature enters the battlefield, you put the number next to the backup of 1/1 counters onto that creature. If that is a creature, if it's another creature, it gains the following ability until end of turn. But that second ability on there for this one is sacrifice this creature. It deals damage equal to its power to a single target. I've seen some of the abilities have vigilance, death touch, stuff like that. So when you back another creature up, it gains the ability of your creature that backed it up. I think it's really sweet. It really helped out in the pre-release draft. Just amazing. Just amazing. Squee the Immortal. Oh man, he came back again, like for the 15th set in a row. I think we've already talked about him. We'll go ahead and see. That backup and incubate stuff is scary. It was really cool in pre-release. I didn't think that I would be relying on that so much, but it really helped where I didn't even think it would help. We do have the Goblin King on there. Let's go ahead and talk about this mythic combo. It's Zurgo and Ojute. Now, when I think of Ojute, I think of Peanut, our one of our players. He has an Ojute deck, and it's annoying. It's annoying. But this guy is an Orc Dragon. He's got Flying and Haste, and it's another Jeskai card. As long as it entered it's got hexproof as long as it entered the battlefield this turn. Now, when one or more dragons you control deal combat damage to a player or battle, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. You may return one of those dragons to its owner's hand. So this guy is really cool. He has got to go in your dragon deck. There is no doubt about it. He's gonna find his place in my Dragon deck, and he has a reason for being in there. He's gonna go ahead and feed that Dragon more cards to play for free as my creatures deal damage. Yeah, this art is really cool. It is that sketchy type art. It looks like a old sketch pencil drawing. He was a really good, I got excited when I pulled this one. So he's super cool. Let's see what else. We obviously got some swords in this set, a few swords. We don't need to talk about those. Everybody knows the swords. How about Rankle and Torbran? What do you guys think about that guy? Now, that is a fairy and a dwarf mix right there. And fairies and dwarfs, you know what they say about fairies and dwarfs. They just don't mix. But they did it on a card. It's got flying, first strike, and haste. Whenever Rankle and Torbran deal combat damage to a player or battle, choose any number. So each player creates a treasure token, each player sacrifices a creature, or if a source would deal damage to a player or battle this turn, it deals that much damage +2 instead. It's kind of a crazy ability, but when you look at how many battles there are and how easy it is to attack and destroy those battles in a game, this guy really, I think he's a battle destroyer. They are a battle destroyer. What the heck? Yeah, I said flying. Hey, KJ, how's it going? Flying first strike and haste. That's there's no monkeys on this card, KJ, but we could definitely get your flying monkey deck together. And this thing isn't a monkey, but it could fit in there. It does fly. Always has flying. All right, what else do we got? Does anybody play with Breach the Multiverse since it came out? Each player mills 10 cards, and then for each player, choose a creature or planeswalker card in that player's graveyard. Put those cards into the battlefield under your control. Then each creature you control becomes a Phyrexian in addition to its other types. Now this thing is pretty sweet, and I'll tell you, a great combination here of cards would be the Breach the Multiverse, and you spend it with all of that unspent black mana that Omnath Locus of All gives you. That's perfect. This can just build up mana for a few turns. When you get bored with him having so much mana, you're going to Breach the Multiverse, and you're going to take everybody else's stuff out of their graveyard. And you get a pick, so that's awesome. The battles, we had battles in this set. Those are fairly new, meaning they've been out for about 2 weeks now. And you guys have all gotten a chance to play with your battle cards. What do you think? Is there a battle that you love more than the others? Is there... I think that the battle, the Invasion of Alara is really cool. It gives you tons of options. And I have a bunch of 5-color decks that when a 5-color card comes out that's actually usable, it's really cool. Let's talk about Invasion of Ikora. That's another one. Now, when this enters the battlefield, search your library for and/or graveyard for a non-human creature card with mana value X or less and put it into the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle. You hit it for 6, and it's going to flip for a Reach Dinosaur Zilortha, Apex of Ikoria. For each non-human creature you control, you may have that creature assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. So you turn all of your creatures into a force of nature with this guy, but he's also an 8/8 with reach. So you might want to keep him back for a blocker. He could definitely stop up some stuff. Yeah, Joda would be a great one for that Invasion of Alara. That's going to come out and just make your board state all better. I know we have, we'll talk about that Invasion of Alara here in a minute. Thing is awesome. Now, I found a Glissa. I've always been a fan of Glissa. She's like that first strike, death touch, crazy elf. Now, this is a new Glissa that came out with this set. She is not first strike and death touch, so she instantly loses a little bit of respect from me, but at the beginning of combat on your turn, incubate 2 twice, transform all incubator tokens you control, or Phyrexians you control gain first strike and death touch till end of turn, and there's that Glissa ability. She is also Phyrexian, so at the beginning of combat on your turn, she can have first strike and death touch, and so can all of your other creatures that are Phyrexians at the same time. So I didn't like her at first, and then I liked her, and now I'm kind of on the fence, but There is no doubt about it. She is powerful. She would be an amazing commander for a Golgari Phyrexian commander. You need a Glissa? I think there's plenty of Glissas floating around in this set, for sure. We got Polar. I never, ever get this. Oh, my goodness. Ooh, KJ's in the bathtub. Think about that for a minute, guys. Okay, don't. That's creepy. Polukranos Reborn. Reach. Transform this card. You can activate it as a sorcery. So he comes in for 3. He's a 4/5 with reach. He's a good blocker. But when you flip him, the Engine of Ruin, he's got reach and lifelink now. Now he's a 6/6. And whenever Engine of Ruin or another non-token Hydra you control dies, create a 3/3 green and white Phyrexian Hydra creature token with reach and a 3/3 green and white Phyrexian Hydra creature token with lifelink. So we have seen this before with Wormcoil Engine putting out a 3/3 with Death Touch and a 3/3 with lifelink. This does much the same, but you get lifelink and reach instead. It's pretty good. What do you guys think about this guy? Is anybody going to use him? Oh, Hail Hydra? My goodness. All right. Yeah, I think he could have a spot somewhere, but because he flips over and he's going to be white and green, it wouldn't be in my mono green deck. I'll tell you that. This is a card that I would consider a Josh or Peanut card. Both of those boys like to play with stuff like this crap. Errant and Giada. It's flash flying. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast spells with flash or flying from the top of your library. This could be a super powerful card. A 2/3 for 3. You know, who's going to use it? Ooh, and there's a Mozo the Clown. Hey, Mozo, how's it going, buddy? Not a good commander, but good possible for one of the 99. I agree with that. This would definitely go in some of those silly stacks decks where everybody has to pay 1 more for their creatures, paying 2. Man, but it looks very, if you look at that art, it looks very Star Wars-y. I don't know how else to say it. It looks like the cover art of a Star Wars new movie. And that's just how it is, whatever. I feel like a lot of these are getting there where you're starting to see parts of the Wizard storyline directly relating to the movies that you're watching in the theaters. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. It's like, you know, the Avengers are very similar to the Planeswalkers that all just got desparked. And I just feel like it's a bunch of storylines mixing, but this guy right here, I've seen a lot of my friends pulling him on their channels. This is really, really cool. When Heliod, Radiant Dawn enters the battlefield, return target enchantment card that isn't a god from your graveyard to your hand. For 3 and a blue Phyrexian mana, you can transform this guy, and he's going to turn into a real nasty. You can cast spells as though they had flash, which means you can cast cards anytime you want. And spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each card your opponents have drawn this turn. So you could also make your opponents draw a bunch of cards to make yourself have a bunch of cheap spells. I do like this guy. I do have a place for him. I am going to throw him right in my Council of 4 deck because that deck is all about drawing cards and it has no cool real creatures in there to ever win the game. So he's going to go in there. He's going to be one of those ones that we just throw in there and see how he works for a little while. Planeswalkers. Did you guys get any cool Planeswalkers out of this new set that you like? I think my favorite so far has to be this one. It's Archangel Elspeth, or Archangel Elspeth, however you want to say it. She looks so cool. She's got those shiny crazy eyes, and when you see those on an angel, it looks almost scarier than when you see them on a monster or a demon. But that's a legendary Planeswalker. You go up 1 on her, you create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. Go down 2, you can put 2/1/1 counters on a target creature, and it becomes an angel in addition to its other types and gains flying. That's really cool. Just give creatures flying at will. And then -6, return all non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Karn did have those eyes, those creepy, shiny eyes. And now, from what I understand from the storyline, Karn is just a Karn head with a baby golem growing out of the bottom of it now. He lost his spark, and we're going to talk about those desparked Planeswalkers here in just a little bit. It looks like, oh my goodness. Gosh, we just pulled so many of those. There's 2 more right out of the double masters. And they're all Sword of War and Peace. I would have liked to mix it up a little bit. That's okay. I'll take some Swords of War and Peace. We'll get to that 5-color invasion that Benny J was just talking about, the invasion of Alara. Now, when this enters the battlefield, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile 2 non-land cards with mana value 4 or less. You may cast one of those 2 cards without paying its mana cost. So you're already getting a free spell for your 5 mana. Then this thing drops on the board, and you put the rest of them on your hand, put the other cards exiled this way at the bottom of your library in a random order. So you're not really losing anything, you're just recycling cards for that 5 mana. Then when this gets destroyed, you have to hit it for 7 damage. And when that gets destroyed, it turns into Awaken the Maelstrom. This is so powerful. It is all colors. Target player draws 2 cards. You may put an artifact card from your hand onto the battlefield. Create a token that's a copy of a permanent you control. Distribute 3+1/+1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 creatures you control. And destroy target permanent and opponent controls. Now that is not a you pick one. That is all of that. You get all of it when this thing flips. It is a heavy cost, and it is a heavy battle that you got to deal a lot of damage to get this ability. But when it happens, you're going to be tickled pink. This thing is awesome. Definitely check it out, try it. If it flips once for you, I bet you'll never take it out of your deck. That's just so cool. Then talking about that little blue-white Errant and Giada that we just talked about. So there's lots of blue and white cards. We got a Barrel Chief of Compliance in this set. He is one of those stacks guys I was telling you about. Instants and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever a spell or ability you control counters a spell, you may draw a card. And if you do, discard a card. So this guy gives you both draw power, and he's also going to give you that really cool ability to make your spells cost less. I feel like he's a winner. I mean, Barrel Chief of Compliance, I'm sure everybody pulled one if you bought a box of this set. If you did, find a place to put him. He's actually really powerful for 2 mana. That's a lot of words on the card. Usually you can tell on a card if it's a low mana cost with a lot of words. We got a couple right in a row there. We got a couple of Ragavans so far in our boxes. This guy is broken. Now, this is not as much of a Peanut and Josh card as this is a Gus card. Gus, you know what I'm talking about. Gus got in a little bit of trouble for running them Ragavans quick on the Casual Commander games. And yeah, you will see that in the near future. But for right now, let's talk about this card. When he deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token, then exile the top card of that player's library. Until the end of turn, you may cast that card, and he's got -2. So we actually also just had Tom do a class on Dash. We were gonna have Dash do it, but that would get confusing because he'd say something like, "Hey y'all, this is Dash with a Dash class on Dash." And then by the end of it, you're just so confused at what you just heard that we had Tom do it. This guy's really cool. He seems to be popping up everywhere all of a sudden. This was a $200 card before this set dropped. It's now probably a $70 card. And this was around $60 before the set dropped. And now it's probably at least half of that. But they're cheap. If you always wanted a Ragavan, if you like Monkey Pirates are cool and they're fast. And yeah, the only other thing I could think of is maybe putting that guy on him. Helm of the Host, we got that as a list card in our set. Yep, that's KJ's Flying Monkey right there. We just need to find a way to get that whole deck worth of cards flying so all of our monkeys can have flying. Now, at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a token that's a copy of equipped creature, except the creature isn't legendary if the equipped creature is legendary. That token gains haste. Well, look at that. You just pop that guy right there, and now you've got double Ragavan triggers. One of them's legendary, one of them isn't, so that, you know, you can just keep popping Ragavans out. Why not? Skithrix. Skithrix was the Blight Dragon from Scars, I believe. Yeah, I believe this guy was from Scars of Mirrodin or one of those sets with the Infect. He is a very powerful card. I do not play with him. It's not casual, but we did pull another one. He is really cool. He's got Flying Infect and he's a 4/4. You pay 1 black and he gains haste until end of turn. You can pay 2 black and regenerate him, so even if they kill him, he can come back. He's a really cool, if you like Infect, he's a great Infect commander. If you don't like Infect, I like Infect, but I also can recognize that that's not very casual. And we want to keep the power levels of the decks right around here. So we're going to go ahead and pass on him. He's a great card. I'd say he's probably $15 or $20 card. But, again, that ain't casual. What else do we got here? We got a Soul of New list card. Now, this thing has trample. It's a 6/6 for 6. So it's already good enough, just like that. But you can pay 5, and permanents you control gain indestructible till the end of turn. Or you can pay 5 and exile this from your graveyard, and permanents you control gain indestructible until the end of turn. So this guy can save you from multiple board wipes in one game. I would suggest it. I would suggest it. There's a lot of board wipe spells coming up. Now, if you're talking about the new white board wipe that we're going to come across real quick in this set, that one's going to exile him, so Soul of New Phyrexia is not going to help you at all in that situation. Don't even try it. It won't work. We're going to move on to these talent cards. Did you see the talent cards? So they're enchantments that enchant Planeswalkers, and they give them an additional Planeswalker ability. This one gives a Planeswalker, enchanted Planeswalker has go up 1 and create 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. So if I put this, let's just say, I want to give you a good example here. Where were we on this? I got to find the right card for you here to even make this make sense. Okay, here we go. Here's an Elspeth. So her one ability is create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. But if you put this on her, she's got 2 +1/+1 abilities, or +1 abilities. It's create a white soldier with lifelink, or you can go up 1 and create 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Now they don't have lifelink, But the other part of this card says when you activate a loyalty ability of enchanted planeswalker, creatures you control get +2/+2 and get vigilance until the end of turn. So that makes it even more worth it. I think that these things, what is your favorite talent card? I really would like to know. I do like this white one, but I have seen some cool ones in the other colors as well. I'm not sure that I've seen them all yet, but I think that the talent cards are kind of cool. I also believe that when those planeswalkers get on the board, I like to get rid of them if they're not mine right away. So those also might be a waste of time. Let me know. Are you going to spend time enchanting planeswalkers, or are you just going to use them for their abilities and let them go? Invasion of Gobakhan. Let's not talk about that guy. It turns into a cool, at the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on each creature that attacked this turn. You can sacrifice it to give your creatures hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. But its initial ability, when Invasion of Gobakhan enters the battlefield, look at target opponent's hand. You may exile a non-land card from it. As long as that card remains exiled, its owner may pay it. It's going to cost 2 more mana for them. First side of the card, I don't care about that. Second side of the card, that could be really cool. It's one of those things where you're going to have to just deal with that first side and getting it flipped over if you want the good stuff. And maybe that's how it should be. I don't know. I think that Magic's starting to go a little faster again. We'll see. We will see. Where are we at here? Do we have a whole lot of stuff to look at? We don't have a whole lot more. Let's go ahead and go through a couple more of these cards. Now, at the draft, if you guys played in the draft, you get all kinds of cool stuff. I want to talk about the board wipe that came out with this set. That is Sunfall. Now, Sunfall might be the best board wipe that's ever come out because it is exile all creatures, but that's not all. For 4 mana, you can play a board wipe in white, almost Wrath of God or whatever, and it's going to destroy all creatures, but this exiles all creatures, and again, that's not all. It also incubates X, where X is the number of creatures exiled this way. So not only do you board wipe, but you also get an incubator token that can turn into a creature of the same power and toughness as those +1/+1 counters on the incubator. If this is not the best board wipe, it's got to be in the top 5. I really love this card. I can't wait to put it in a whole lot of decks. There are decks that I will not put it in as well. Like, let's say Avacyn makes all of my creatures indestructible, but if I drop this guy, it's going to get rid of all my creatures, whether they're indestructible or not. I'll probably keep it out of there, but it will have a place. It does have a place already. I just can't tell you where it is because that's a secret. A couple other cool cards we got from the pre-release playing. We got a Chord of Calling and an old school e-witness from 2004. This is the Magic 30th stamp on it. I love e-witness. It's a great little human shaman, and it gets you a card from your graveyard right back in your hand. So if you're like, dang it, I already used that and I need it really bad, play Eternal Witness. You can get it back. That's okay. No problems. We got a Sidar Jabari of Zalfir. This thing is really crazy. It's a human knight that it's flying in first strike, and when it deals combat damage to a player, return target knight creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is crazy. It's also got this insane ability at the top with Eminence. Whenever you attack with 1 or more knights, if Sidar Jahari of Zalfir is in your command zone or on the battlefield, draw a card and then discard a card. So you can kind of cycle through your cards until you get what you want, as long as he's in your command zone or on the battlefield with Eminence. and that's one or more knights have to attack, and that's it. So this is actually really cool Esper Knight idea. I really want to play with this guy and see what he does. If you guys already built a deck, or if you bought the pre-con and you're doing something with it, let me know. I'm really excited to see what comes out of this one. We got these flashy companion cards. I'm just going to go ahead and show off a couple of them. These are not something that we need to sit and talk about, but they do have a new art with them. Let's go ahead and just make sure that we got a couple of them to show you. I saw that Dashner pulled a Jengotha in the same kind of crazy art form. We have Obosh and Yorion here. What do you think about these cards? Do you think they did a good job? I think that they look really cool. At the same time, I feel like they could have picked different creatures. These ones are both cool. I won't say anything bad about it. But at the same time, man, it would have been real nice to get, you know, some Eldrazi's or something in there. Maybe not Eldrazi's, but like maybe slivers with that art would be cool. I don't know. I feel like they did a weird choice of which creatures they wanted to put together on these. And I do like them, but they are very cartoony looking compared to the other cards. And that's just how it is. What we're going to do here is I still have like 2 bundles worth of rares to go through, and we're not going to do that right here. I'm going to go through, and I'm just going to go through this stack really quick. If you see a card that you really want to talk about here, we got a Rampaging Raptor. Let me know. Another Invasion of Lorwyn. A List Mishra's Self-Replicator. We can talk about any of these all day. Emery, Lurker of the Lock. Don't get trapped into putting this in your pre-release pack. This is for an EDH deck. Now she's going to take cards out of your graveyard, and in this set there's not enough artifacts to make her useful. She's just going to hurt you and not help you. And as a 1/2 for 3, she's not a good blocker, and she's not a good attacker. But it does have its place, and if you build a deck around it, this is such a powerful card. What else do we got here? Atris. We don't need to talk about him. Dig Up. Here we go. This card I really like. This has that cleave ability, and you can search your library for a basic land, put it in, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. But if you pay that cleave cost, you can just search your library for any damn card you want. And then you can put it in your hand and flip everybody off. You don't have to tell them anything. They don't need to know. It's in your hand, and it's going to be used for good or evil later. I'd say don't let them know. Another one of those. This was a cool list card. Now, I kind of equate this thing to almost like a land tax. It's not as cheap. It costs 3. But when it enters the battlefield, search your library for up to 2 basic Plains cards, reveal them, and put them in your hand, and then shuffle. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player controls more lands than you, you may put a land card from your hand into the battlefield. This one doubles up with land tax so well, because land tax is going to let you grab 3 lands from your library if someone has more lands than you. And this one right here is going to allow you to play some more of those lands so you don't get stuck with a whole handful of lands in 7 turns. Another squee. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All of those squeeze. I think we pulled a ton of squeeze in Dominaria. We pulled a ton of squeeze in the dang, what was the last one? Brothers War. And now we got more squeeze. This is back to being Squee the Immortal. Neferi's Warcrafting. Atali. Let's talk about Atali for a minute. Atali is the new Dinosaur, Blightsteel Colossus. What do you think about this guy? He has Trample. When he enters the battlefield, each player exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. You may cast any number of the spells from among the non-land cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. This is pretty insane just in the ability alone. What's even more insane than that is that if you use something like Displacer Kitten, you can flicker this guy 10 times in one turn, make everybody exile tons and tons of cards off their library. Each time he comes back in, you get to play one of those for free. And then when you're sick of just taking everybody's stuff and using it against them, which I don't see how that could ever get old, you can go ahead and pay this mana cost right here, and you can transform him, and he becomes a Dinosaur Blightsteel Colossus, Trample Indestructible. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, they get that many poison counters. So it's not Infect, but it does something very similar. It gives you poison counters for how many damage you take from Itali. So he is really, really good. This thing is so awesome. I say put it in your deck, blink him out 100 times, make your opponents quit, make them flip the table, and then don't ever talk to them again because they were sore losers. That's what I say. Ooh, it looks like we have a Peanut in the house. Maybe we will get a good game started for you guys tonight. We just have a couple more cards to go through here. This is another one of those Sultai. It's a small general, but you guys are going to like it if you try it. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. You can sack a creature and draw a card, which makes you draw your second card, but also know that she can draw 2 cards on someone else's turn. So you can actually do this on your turn. You can do it on your opponent's turn. You can do it on all of your opponent's turn. And she's not that big of a threat that you want to zap her off the board. She's also not as easy to zap as a 3/4, but there will be bigger threats on the board than her. Your opponents are going to let you go with this, and she is going to deal so much damage for that 3 mana that you're going to say, wow, that was worth it to put it in my deck. I really think lots of people are going to like this. Oh yeah, the legendary Peanut is right here. Here's another one of those talent cards. This one is just going to go up 1 and look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can reveal a creature or a land from among them and put them in your hand. And then whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a loyalty counter on Enchanted Planeswalker. I really do like these talents. I think these talents are pretty amazing. We're going to flip real quick here. If there's anything that we really need to talk about that you guys see that you want to talk about, how about this one, the El Schnorn? Now, this is the old one. It just gives your creatures +2/+2 and your opponent's creatures -2/-2. So I think perfect. I think that is just an amazing card. It always has been. It always will be. And we're going to go ahead and flip right through, but I wanted to see that new art on there while we're going. Again, don't get stuck in your pre-release or draft games with this chick. She is just not good enough to do it. I don't know. I didn't like her. I didn't like her in play, that's for sure. We got some more Alara. Second place is the first loser, but you still get a foil Dovin's Veto and a foil Rian, Angel of Rebirth. Both cool cards. They're from older sets. We'll talk about them later. And there is the other El Schnorn. Now this one, whenever a source an opponent controls deals damage to you or a permanent you control, that source's controller loses 2 life unless they pay 1. You can pay 3, sacrifice 3 other creatures, which could be your little Phyrexian mites that nobody cares about anyway. And then you can exile El Schnorn and return it to the battlefield transformed, activate it only as a sorcery. She's going to turn all of your creatures into Phyrexians, incubate 2 5 times and then transform all incubator tokens you control. That's disgusting. For your second mode, creatures you control are going to get +1 at +1, gain double strike until end of turn. And then your third mode is destroy all other permanents except for artifacts, lands, and Phyrexians. Exile the Argent Etchings and return it to the battlefield as Elshnorn again, so you can do that whole process over again. Super annoying. I can't wait to just piss somebody off using that. And it'll be great. It'll be fantastic. We got more of those. Just kind of go through. I'm not seeing stuff that we really need to talk about here. We got this Hidixu and Kiari. They are pretty cool. I don't know. It's a blue-black. It's weird to have Hidetsugu and Kiari as a team. It's an ogre demon dragon. I mean, that doesn't seem too far-fetched, but they're not the same creature. So that is a weird team-up. I would say take a look at that card if you get a chance. You can do some nasty, nasty things with that. Meeting of the Minds, another cool Convoke card. What else did we get? Maybe just some commons back in the back there. Yeah, this card right here. I gotta say, if you're buying a play set of stuff for draft, for pre-release, for whatever, this card's probably like 10 cents a piece. But you and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn and prevent all damage that black and or red sources would deal to creatures you control this turn. So this thing can save a game. I know it's the dumbest art. It looks like they just took it out of any old random clip art set. It doesn't look like it fits the set, but for 1 white mana, you can control your game. You can control the amount of damage you take. You can control the abilities that your opponents have to actually target you. And this thing is, despite what anybody else tells you, this is a really, really good card, even though the art is so stupid. It's not as stupid as the whatever freewheeler rat. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the rat you're talking about.
It's like a rat on a tricycle. It looks like a biker mice from Mars or whatever. So silly.
Cartoon.
Yeah, it's horrible, but I really appreciate you guys sitting back and just hanging out, talking about these cards with us. I think Peanut and I are probably gonna figure out some kind of a little game to get started or something like that here. And in the meantime, why don't we open a pack of Unfinity for you guys, and we'll give a pack of Infinity away. And then we're going to have to take just a little break to get set up to play a game, if that's all right. What do we got here? Do we have Unfinity? Is that what this is? Yep. So if we have anybody on here watching that's not part of this game, we've got some Unfinity draft boosters. That's how they came. And we got them for the last little bit here. Oh, you're very welcome, Gen Z Unclassified. We just kind of want to run through these cards and show everybody what we're pulling, what they do, all of that stuff. Hey, there's a Butters. I'll tell you what, we're just going to open one of these suckers and we're going to see if we can't find somebody that's not on the show to try to win these suckers right here, or one of them. What do you want? Here we go. Which one? I think that one. We're going to open. And then who else we got? Who else we got on here? Butters, I bought these from you, man. You don't get to win them. Jeezy peasy. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Butters is Don Father's son, and he runs the game store that we shop at very frequently. So he does want to win these, but he cannot. Butters, no. You can definitely watch this goodness being open right now, though. We have a draft booster of Infinity right here. Hopefully we win something good, and hopefully we have somebody on here that wants to win a pack of these, because we are willing to send one out. I'd say we open a pack and we send one out. That's what I say. All right. Let's go ahead and just take a look at what we get in this pack. We got a Sanguine Sipper. That's a dumb. Wolf in blank clothing. A bamboozling beetle. Protection from robots. Okay. We got a carnivore. An Embiggen. Oh, is it? Is it really? A one clown band. A Scampire. What the heck? All right. We're not going to talk about these guys because we've already opened up tons of these. If you want to see them on the quickies, we have them. Yeah, it's a little grainy. We have like 18 pieces of equipment going at the same time. And they're all fighting each other for this signal. We are planning on fixing that completely. We're going to take all these lives over to Flatline Studios. We're going to see how Zoltan does with our live shows. We never wanted to do lives out of the basement here, but we got asked to do some. We decided to do some. We got suckered into these things, you guys. But that's okay. We love being here with you. This is a surprise party. When it enters the battlefield, yell surprise. And then put onto the battlefield any number of printed clown robot tokens that aren't touching each other, that you hid on the battlefield before you cast Surprise Party, and that weren't spotted by an opponent before you cast Surprise Party. Robots you control get +1/+0 and have vigilance. This is going right to Mozo the Clown. I don't see any reason for myself to use it. That is very clowny. We got a Blood Crypt, Swamp Mountain full art. And you know what that thing does. Yeah. As it enters the battlefield, you can pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters tapped. Do you pay the 2 life? Who pays the 2 life? Anybody paying that 2 life? Visit. Create a 1/1 white clown robot. Artifact creature token. We got a Log Flume. These are the attraction cards. That's why they got that stuff over there. But we got a Spinneret. Arachnobat. It's a spider performer. He's so cute. We got a Contortionist, which is actually just an octopus. I think that doesn't count. And some stickers. Stickers to put on your cards. Great. That's so nice.
I've never actually seen the sticker cards.
Oh, here you go. Yeah, take a look at that. And we'll get this garbage up. Now, who do we got? Do we got anybody on here that wants to win a pack of Infinity, or should we play some games and then ask again a little bit later? And to all of our friends and family that just turn this show on and watch it without actually watching it, we appreciate you too. Yeah, I really wanted to take the Mindslaver when this set came out. Take control of somebody's turn, put all of their stickers all over the cards they didn't want stickers on, and then Wizard said, we already thought about that. You can't put stickers on somebody else's turn, on somebody else's card. And so then I was thinking, well, I want to use Mindslaver to take control of somebody's turn and then concede for them.
You can't do that either.
And you can't do that either. So really, the couple of things that I want to do with Mindslaver can't be done. I say, Wizards, make Mindslaver a better card.
Because it's not good enough already.
Yeah, I'd say you need to make a Mindslaver that allows you to also concede for your opponent on their turn. And then I'll be ready. So, what do you came all the way to the studio to help me out. I was sitting here by myself. I really appreciate that, Peanut. What are we doing today?
Let's play one-on-one.
All right, a one-on-one. And I'm not even going to ask what kind of deck you've brought. It's probably going to get crazy.
I brought all the decks, but this is currently one of my favorites that I've put together recently. So,
all right. I am working on a flip deck right now, and it's not quite ready, but the whole basis about this deck is that every card in it flips. So it could be a werewolf or a vampire or a Galta or, it's gonna, even the lands are either lands or they flip into something else.
that's pretty funny.
So it might not be good, but I'm gonna definitely flip some shit. So here we go. Now I'm gonna have to find a deck real quick. Where's that studio owner at? I say we get Nadatog or Steve 3000 to keep these guys occupied for just a minute while we get ready.
I don't know about that flip deck idea, man. It sounds almost kind of similar to in Lucy to one of the decks that I just put together, my Guilds of Ravnica deck, where it's all two-colored cards and none of it has any synergy with each other.
It's just because it's two-color. It's like I'm going to put together the best Dashner deck. So that was one thing I was going to do tonight. Dashner, if you're still on there, is I was going to ask you what you were doing today. And I was going to do a live called Let's Build Dashner a Better Deck. And so,
deck tech.
yeah, this would be a Dashner deck tech where we go through your deck, Dash, and we slap you every time there's a card in there that doesn't seem like it should go in there. And then we find new cards to put in their place, and you're going to come out just kicking everybody's ass. That's how that works.
I'd love to be a part of that.
You're in, buddy. You are in. So, let's see if everybody. Oh man. So if everybody is hanging out here, we'll. I'll tell you what. I have to go grab 2 more pieces of equipment to get this to work correctly for me. So what I'll do is I'm gonna leave this up to Peanut. He's gonna explain to you his deck, but I will not. Oh my goodness. This is the deck that Peanut is playing. It is that Urtet little booger. That guy.
He is so fun.
So yeah, while we're sitting here, I do have to run all the way up to the studio parking lot, grab a couple pieces of equipment. I was expecting to be here by myself today, but Peanut saved the day. We're gonna leave this camera up on him, and he can talk about what he's going to do to destroy old Carlos with this deck while I'm gone. So
Peanut heads.
So today we got Urtet, Remnant of Memnarch. And I originally hadn't planned to build this deck until I pulled the actual card. And I figured since I already had all the mirrors, I might as well just build the mirror deck. And so this deck is mostly mirrors and things that have to do with mirrors. And then there's a lot of mana rocks. So the plan is to get Carlos stuck in a position where he's just getting attacked by tons of giant mirrors. So Urtet's first ability is whenever you cast a mirror spell, create a 1/1 colorless mirror. So I'm getting 2 for 1 with all my mirrors. As at the beginning of combat, on your turn, you can untap your mirrors. So you're tapping them for mana, and then at the beginning of combat, you get to untap them, which is amazing. And then his final ability is you pay 5, 1 of each color, and tap him, and you put 3+1/+1 counters on each mirror you control. So you tap your mirrors, and you tap him, put counters on everybody, and then at combat, he untaps, and then you can start swinging and doing damage with your newly beefed up mirrors. He's a 2/2 for 3, and man, the power creep in Magic is real. I mean, a 2/2 for 3 with what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With like 7 lines of text that are all just gross. Magic has come a long way since I first started playing this game. So yeah, we're gonna hopefully, maybe, if I'm lucky, I might be able to even go infinite with this deck. It's like a 9-card combo, because you need a bunch of mirrors that tap for mana, and then Staff of Domination and another and a Mirror Galvanizer. And if you get the right cards out, yeah, you can generate infinite mana, draw all of your cards, play anything from it. So there is that little secret game I can play is, can I assemble a 9-card combo and try to wreck face that way. But usually it's just play mirrors, make mirrors bigger, and then smash your face with mirrors. That's generally how this deck works. It's pretty simple. I built it all with stuff that I already had. I think I wound up trading 2 cards to kind of finish her off. But yeah, it's a fun little deck. I've been having a blast with it. The first time when I first kind of put it together, it was more of a joke. Just, yeah, well, I got all the mirrors, so let's do it anyways. Let's just build the mirror deck. And then I started playing it, and I had a lot of fun playing it. So I've just kind of tried to play it once a weekend when we play, and it's been a good time. It's one of my newer decks that I've been having a lot of fun with. Sometimes I build the deck and it's just absolute garbage. Those ones we don't play on the show. Carlos is back.
I am back, and we are going to get this thing down. There's only 2 players here. It looks like we got, well, hey, we can get pretty much the whole area with this one cam. But you know me, I am partial to the green mock digital media mat because they hired me to do their videos sometimes. And, you know, I got to go with my peeps, right? Now, let's just take a look here. I need some dice. I need to grab my cards out of my bag still. So, you guys at home, while you're sitting there, KJ, are you still in the bath? What's going on? Did you have a nice bath? Did you? Who else is there out there? What are you guys doing?
Oh, looks like Freakish Nightmare left.
Kelly Jean's still there.
Where's my brother at? Josh, you on here?
Where's the bad guy?
You in the chat? I know they asked you to come play too.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on with you, Josh?
You know, if you just kept your commanders with the deck, you wouldn't have to go searching for your commander every time you pulled out a deck.
You know, I heard about that. That is some insight that I should really take heed.
Oh, your brother
It's
is
just
watching.
an idea.
You know, I feel like ever since.
Oh, good for you, Nappy.
Peanut, what's your favorite? Personally, this would be the one. What's your favorite?
I'm kind of digging the new my new March of the Machine die, the white with the
nice.
gold numbers.
Cool.
Those are pretty
I
cool.
think that's pretty dope.
Let's take it out for a trial spin. Do
It doesn't roll very well. Well, 13's not bad, I
Too
guess.
shabby.
That was
Say
mine too. Mine was actually rolling
Ooh,
really.
I like
It
that.
rolled like a 7 5 times in a row.
Dragon Princess is here.
I mean,
We
the,
love her.
the Kaldheim one is pretty cool.
I like that one though. That's my
That
favorite.
one's pretty neat too.
Well, let's do this. I know Peanut's deck is his Urtet deck is pretty strong. I haven't played against it yet, but I have heard some nasty stuff. So
Take it out.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw a Joda out here
Oh,
just
no.
to see how it holds up.
Oh,
I'm
this
sure
is bad
it'll
for me.
I'm sure it'll. Now, if
Oh,
you've
this is gonna
ever
be
seen
bad
me
for
play
me.
a Joda deck, my Joda deck is silly because it doesn't have any good legendary creatures in it. It just has legendary creatures in it. It's more the type of creatures that you're wondering why they're legendary.
That's
But
pretty funny.
but it does still spit out legendary creatures, lots of blockers, and you know, I really want to see how Peanut's deck matches up also, so we're gonna go ahead
Yeah,
and
let's see how this goes. All right.
cut up. We'll give her a power level at the end of the night, but I'm pretty sure it might just destroy all of my decks anyway, so
No, I doubt that. No, this deck it's pretty. If anything, it's consistent, and I like that.
oof. My goodness.
I think I'm gonna have to go down one. Methinks. Yeah, I'm gonna have one.
And I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm just gonna keep one card.
Yeah, we can
And
work
I'm
with
gonna
that.
throw the rest down, and we're gonna do this one
work with that.
time. Did I get a couple of lands this time? Yes, I did. All right, I can go with this. I think it might be awful, but I can try it.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. All right, so let's
Oh, an 18.
12.
Looks like it's your choice,
All right, I
bud.
will go first, and I will start off with a Plains and
A
say go.
Plains. Oh. We're gonna also play.
Did you draw your card?
I did not. Draw. I will lay a. Let's go with the plains also.
All right,
And I'll
bold
say
choice. I'll draw a card. I will play a swamp and pay 2 for a Gruul Signet.
Oh my goodness.
I like where this is going. I like where this is
Grueling.
going. All right, and I will say go.
All right. Draw. Huh. I am gonna play this card, but I am going to play it on the other side as. Hey, that one needs to go into my flip deck too. Huh?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Now we got a needle verge pathway. So I got a red and a white, and we're gonna keep it honest and just say go.
All right, so I'll untap. Draw my card. I'll play Swiftwater Cliffs and gain a life, which means I'm winning.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll pay a 1 for 2, 3, 4, Urtet.
Oh
I'll get
no.
my commander out there.
He's out already.
And then I'll say go.
It's gonna be a race. Draw a card. Let's lay a forest. And we will say go.
Alright, so I will untap. Draw a card. Alright, so I'll put that onto the battlefield tapped. I'm going to pay 1 for 2 for an Arsov Signet. And I'll pay 1 for 2 for an Ickerclaw Mirror.
Oh my goodness.
When that enters the battlefield, because of Urtet, I will get a mirror.
Let's move that sucker back a little bit.
So I get a mirror token.
Getting real shiny.
And that Ickerclaw mirror is a 1/1 infect.
Oh no.
And I will say go.
Oh no, we got some infect going on the board. Like I said, I didn't start with the best hand, and it didn't get any better as we've been going here. I will play Dinah Air. Now, she has haste, and I may activate abilities of other creatures I control as though they had haste. When you next activate an ability this turn by spending 4 or more mana to activate it, copy that ability and choose new targets for the copy. You may choose new copies.
Alrighty then.
Targets. And I will say go.
Alright, so I'll untap. Draw a card. Play a land. So let me see what I got here. White, blue, black. Alright, so I'll use the green for a red and a green, and a white, and a blue, and a black.
Look at all those little baby artifacts.
And
It's gonna get scary.
so I'll float that, and then I'll pay 1 for 2 for a Perilous Mirror. When he enters the battlefield, I will get another mirror token.
What do you guys think about what's going on here?
And then with the 5 mana that I also have floating, I'll tap Urtet to put 3+1/+1 counters on all my mirrors.
Oof.
What did it do, Rudy?
Yeah, that Urtet just
And
gets.
then I'll move to combat, and I'll untap my mirrors, and then yeah, I'm gonna send oh, not him. So it's a 4/4 infect, a 4/4, and a 5/5.
I'm gonna kill the Infector,
Yeah.
and well, I'll take the 9.
And
There.
5 of that's commander.
And 5 of its commander. Oh, this little mirror guy.
This is a nice wholesome deck, man. Super wholesome.
Yeah, depending on how many mirror this thing gets out, they get big fast. And when you can add +3/+3 counters to all of them, oof.
Just like that.
Yeah. Nope, I know exactly where this is heading, and it's not a good place for me. So, 31 for my life, and we got, let's say, 5 for the general.
Yep.
Or commander damage.
Yep.
General commander. Alright. And let's figure this out. Come on, mana. That could have been a different color mana. That's okay. We're gonna figure this out.
Mirror
Let's
smash.
see. Yeah.
Mirror smash.
Let's. He's legendary, but it doesn't like. That's where you don't just want to throw the stupidest legendary cards in here. But I can't do that one either. Hold on.
Oh, Butters, it's perfectly casual. It's just mirrors.
We got Karlach. He's the one that does the double combats if need be. And whenever I attack, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, untap all attacking creatures. They gain first strike until end of turn, and after this phase, there is an additional combat phase.
Well, that's gross.
And I'll say go.
Alright, so I'll untap. All my bullshit. Draw a card.
I'm just sucking toe for a black mana here.
Yeah. I can see it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 artifacts. So I'll play my Mirror Enforcer for 1. Will get me a mirror.
Another mirror.
More mirrors.
We don't need no stinking mirrors.
More mirrors. More mirrors. And then I'll pay 1 for 2, and then 5 to activate Urtet. And 3 more +1/+1 counters on all my mirrors.
Oh no. I'd say that's probably the game ending move right there, guys.
Use it 6. 6. 6. And there's 6 on here. I know there is.
If this is going to change up at all, I need my Joda out ASAP.
And then, yeah, I'll untap my mirrors, and then that's 3 7/7s and an 8/8, all coming at you.
I'll block the 8/8, and I'll go down to 10. Oof. That is not good.
Ooh.
That is a strong deck.
It's not that good.
Right on turn 5, yeah.
Hey, I missed a land drop. So, I mean, there's that.
Oh gosh, it's not enough to do it. I'm gonna Sylvan Scrying for that black mana.
Which is like a day late in a dollar.
Which is, yeah, too late. And I'm gonna say good game, because I cannot defend against those mirrors another time.
Yeah, mirrors!
Yeah. Nope, that's exactly how I thought this one was gonna turn out, with that dang 5-color Joda trying to catch up to the buffing mirrors deck. And if you thought that I would learn my lesson after that, I'm gonna grab a different deck and probably watch the same results happen.
No, I'll grab something else.
Oh, you got a different?
Yeah, I brought all my stuff.
All right,
I got
all
everything,
right.
so.
Yeah, that Urtek deck is pretty freaking crazy. And I know that Kitty got an Urtek too. I don't think I got one in that last set, but it's almost impossible to just get all of the cards. You know?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
When this collection thing first started, I was like, oh, there's only like 3 or 4 sets that I need to collect everything for. And now it's, you just turn your head for a week and there's 2 more sets out.
Yep.
It's hard getting used to this pirate patch, but I didn't think everybody wanted to see my milky white.
I was gonna say, what happened to the eye, Carlos?
Milky white eye. Oh, we got caught up by some slivers on the ship we were playing on. Don't play on ships, people, unless you know what you're getting into.
Because you might lose an eye.
Yeah, you might just lose an eye.
Alright. This deck is hot garbage.
Hot garbage.
Yep.
Do I have a hot garbage deck to do that?
This is my Soundwave Sonic Spy deck,
Alright.
which is just kind of a bunch of different stuff I had laying around and just kind of thrown together.
And I'm playing Ural, the Mythstalker.
Oh no!
No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't play that.
No, it's worse. He's playing Lazav.
I'm playing Lazav, the 20-cent one. He's I actually, from the beginning, I saw that card and I knew that was the type of card that I needed to build a deck out of, because he's just, you don't have to spend $50 for the card, and he was in the right price range, but then also the abilities that come with that, I am so amazed that he's only, you know, what, 30 cents, 40 cents?
But
I don't
the original
know.
Lazav?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
not
like
much.
him too. He's I also have a deck built around the Lazav, the Dimir Mastermind. I don't play it much anymore.
I'm going to get some mana this time. Or I'm going to put all those cards back at the bottom.
I guess I'm just gonna run with this. It's probably not a great idea, but we'll see what happens.
I'll go down 1 in hopes for my right colored mana. Okay. Okay. I'm good. Well, I lost, so I'm going to choose to go first.
Sounds good to me.
I'm going to lay that at tapped, the Dwar Isle Refuge, and I will gain 1 life. And now I'm winning.
Nope, yep, yeah, you are.
And yeah, that's all I got.
Alright, so I will draw a card. Oh man, this is bad. And I'll play an Urza's Tower.
Urza's Tower.
And then I will say go.
you got? Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. All
Yay,
islands are now swamps.
Everything's a swamp.
And
That's not what I need.
why don't we just start off doing what this deck does, and I'll play a Sensei's Divining Top,
Gross.
and I'll pay 1 to look at the top 3 cards and put them back in any order. And then I'll put Sensei's Divining Top on the top of those. They don't tap, draw a card, Sensei's Divining Top goes on the top. And if you ever see somebody trying to tap and put the top on the top before they put the cards on, or grab their card and do it any other way, they're cheating. Tell them no.
All right, you good then?
Yeah, I'm
All
good.
right, so I will draw a card, and I'll play a swamp and a sky diamond, and I will say go after that.
All right, all right. I wonder what this is going to be. Oh, Sensei's Divining Top.
How do you get there?
How did it get there? Let's see, we got 3. What are we going to do with 3 mana? How about... Oh, I'm glad I got you on the side with my good eye.
Yeah, that's probably pretty helpful. I was thinking, really trying to game you, I should have sat over there.
Let's play a Mask of Avacyn and a Sensei's Divining Top this time.
This is bad.
And we'll go ahead and say go.
All right, so all on tap. Well, at least I got a land, so that helps.
Heck yeah.
Could really use a white though. And I'll pay 3 for a Foundry Inspector, which makes my artifact spells cost 1 less.
Oh my goodness.
And then I will say go.
Is Foundry Inspector your only creature right now?
Yes. You gonna kill it?
I don't know. I don't think it's worth it, but it is. But it's not.
Literally
I'm gonna do
the only
better.
thing I have going for
I'm
me.
gonna do better. I'm gonna have you kill it.
Oh, you suck.
And yeah, sack a creature and lose a life.
Oh, boo.
I know. I don't like to do that, but
Lame.
I got.
Literally the
I
only
got.
thing I had going for me.
I'm also sitting on Baltic with craft here. If you think that this Sensei's Divining Top is gonna kill you, you are wrong.
All right, you good then?
No, I'm gonna pay the 1. Look at the top 3. And hopefully pilfer a land at the top of this sucker so I can draw it. And that goes back on the top. And then I'll say go.
All right. All right. Well, that's something. I'll pay 1 for a border post and bounce my land, and then lay my land for the turn.
There you go. And that's how you're supposed to play a border post, people.
Yep. I'm an expert at border posting. And I will play a Mirror Propagator.
Oh, ooh.
This isn't a mirror deck. It's a token deck, and that guy makes tokens. So that was the justification for putting him in here.
I'm just waiting for Peanut to say,
So you
surprise, my commander's actually Urtet. Here we go.
I wouldn't
Put
do that to you.
5 on there.
Maybe.
Gosh, I need a blocker, and I don't have any means to. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna play Lazav. Yeah,
There you go.
I'll just play Lazav and get him out there.
There you go. Not bad.
And then, yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Alright, so all on tap. Draw a card. I'll tap a white for a Legion's Landing.
Ooh, use your imagination. You didn't draw any pictures on that thing?
No. And when it enters the battlefield, I get a 1/1 vampire token with lifelink. And whenever I attack with 3 or more creatures, I transform it. And then I'm gonna pay 3 and make a dude.
Make a dude.
Make a 1/1 mirror. And then I'll say go.
So when that thing transforms, does it have some crazy abilities?
It turns into a dope land. And it turns into a land that you can tap it for a white, or you can pay 3, tap it, and make a vampire with lifelink.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
yeah. So there's all the token stuff that I had laying around, plus all bunch of old Esper stuff.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of what this deck does. And not very well. So that was in my opening hand. I just finally got the white mana to use it. It's not ideal.
I'm gonna pay 4, and I'll play Jace the Living Guild Pact.
Stacy.
I think the only real thing to do here is to go up 1, look at the top 2 cards of my library, and put 1 in my graveyard, and 1. Oh, look at the top 2 and just put 1 in your graveyard.
Put the other one back.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put Runescar Demon in my graveyard since I don't have enough mana to cast him yet. This thing will be at 6. And let's go ahead and pay 1 and just get rid of that Sensei's Divining Top sitting in my hand. And yeah, I'm not swinging into that.
All right.
With the Lazav.
You good to go?
Yep.
All right, so I will untap. Draw a card. 2. You gotta have all of it. So play all of it for my Soundwave Superior
No.
Captain.
No.
He's coming into play as a boombox. Boombox. And then I will say go.
So you play him for that converted or more than meets the eye cost to do that?
Yeah, so he costs 5 to do the more than meets the eye to make him a tape deck that will make dudes
Oh yeah.
before flipping him back.
Mm.
He's one of the harder of the Transformers to flip.
I'm gonna pay 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for a Rise from the Grave. I'm gonna put target creature in a graveyard onto the battlefield under my control. That will be a Runescar Demon.
Ooh.
And when he enters the battlefield, I get to search my library for a card and then shuffle my library. And I don't know what I want to shuffle here.
Not great for me.
There's not much this deck can do against a tape deck. Now, if that guy was on the other side, maybe. But that's an artifact as a tape deck?
Yeah, he's just an artifact. Legendary artifact.
Oh my goodness. Let's do. I know what I'm looking for.
2, 3, 4, 5 man. It's not great.
It's not enough.
No.
Yeah, whatever. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. And then you know what this deck does. I'm gonna go ahead and go up on Jace again. If that doesn't sound dirty enough for you. Going down on Jace.
Going
is
up on
worse.
him's fine. Going down's way worse. No, I mean, depends on
And
how you feel about that sort of thing. So
yeah, you can pick.
I'm not here to judge.
I'm gonna throw this time stretch in the graveyard to take 2 extra turns after this one, and we'll put that card back on the top. And I've got a big Runescar Demon with Summoning Sickness, so I'll say go.
All right, so I will untap. And
Oh no.
no, I need to get something in the air very badly. So what I'm going to do is pay
got the mana.
Everflowing Chalice, kick 2 times.
Yep.
So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts. So I'll pay a blue and play a Thought Monitor for 1 blue. It's got affinity for artifacts, and I will draw 2 cards. And that gets me a flying boy to block that demon once, so I'm
flyer. Yeah.
I guess I will on that cast,
Yep.
that flips over my Soundwave.
Oh.
And because it was an odd mana cost at 7, that means I get a Ravage token
No.
and flip my Soundwaves. And Ravage is a 3/3 menace, Death Touch. And then I'll say go.
Now, I don't know. I think that's going to have to change my plan a little bit.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
No.
Was it because of the eye patch?
It is. It's my good eye is literally blacked out.
So you don't juggle knives, kids.
Yeah, what do we got over here? Oh, we got a Benny J.
Just a little Goblin King.
Oh my
Coming to
goodness.
check out the
Oh my
old-
goodness, Benny J is at the live. Maybe we're gonna have to set up another map and do this up the right way here. But first, I'm gonna Corrupted Conscience Peanut Soundwave, and we'll give him some infect.
That's bad.
And then I can't attack with him because you got him this turn, but I'll swing with a 6/6 flyer in the air.
I'll block the demon on my Thought Monitor.
You got it. And that's it. That's what I had.
We'll untap here. And be sad. Ooh, be happy. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Yep. This is what old Magic looks like. So I'm gonna pay 7 for a Sphinx.
Oh, that guy.
When I cast it, I'll cascade into a Drowned Secret, so that will hit the battlefield first. And then the Sphinx will hit the battlefield. That will go onto the bottom. 5/4 flyer for 7.
I like that Sphinx.
Yeah, old school. You just got to pay more, pretty much.
Yep.
Yep.
That's how it was back then. And I kind of want to flip that Legion's Landing, so I'm going to attack with my Ravage and my 1/1 Propagator, my 1/1 Propagator token, and my 1/1 Vampire, and when 3 creatures I control attack, that transforms my Legion's Landing.
All right. Well, I guess I'll block a 1/1 here and a 1/1 with here.
Okay. And then you're going to take the 3/3 Menace.
And I gotta take the 3/3 Menace. So, we're gonna go down to 38. Yeah.
And then I'll say go.
There's something about the clicking of these life counters that I really enjoy.
I know.
It's so satisfying.
I need to
that
get
one's
me
so
one
much,
of them.
like mine is still really tight. But I kind of like it like that, so.
Yeah, nice and tight.
Let's do a Mind Grind for 4 mana.
4 lands.
Or 4 lands, yeah. It's our each opponent reveals cards from the top
1.
of their library until they reveal X lands.
2, 3, 4. So that was 4.
All right.
So we got a Frigigy Angel, Quicksmith Spy, and a Sharding Sphinx. Those are what went into the graveyard this turn.
Ooh. What is Filigree Angels?
It's an ETB. You gain 3 life for each artifact you control.
Oh, I don't care about that, but I'll make Lazav that because it's a 4/4 flyer, right?
Well, this one, whenever an artifact creature you control deals combat damage, you make dudes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So
We'll go with
probably
that guy. And he's flying too.
Yep.
Alright. Well, let's see how well that works. We'll swing with a 6/6, a 4/4, and a 5/4. This guy I don't think has flying.
No, he does not. So
But he's got infect right now.
yeah, he does have infect, and I'm just gonna take all the damage.
Okay.
So it's gonna be 10 from the demon and the Sphinx.
Mhm.
Boom.
And I get one stupid Thopter blocker.
And then 5 infect. But I have the infect die. It has a skull.
Oh yeah.
The only one I've ever seen, really.
5.
I have not seen one of those either, except for that one.
And then, are you done after that?
Heck no.
Heck no.
Heck no. I'm gonna do my up on Jace. Look at the top 2. Put 1 in the grave. I'll put Rise of the Dark Realms in the grave. And I'll actually say go then. Yeah.
So, untap. This better be something awesome. That's not something awesome. How do you play it?
Yeah, your brother's on there. It says Goblin King in the house. I think I need to switch my patch to my other eye. I'm starting to go blurry.
Problem is, I can only play 1 dude at a time, and that's just not going to be fast enough to save me. But we'll pay 7 for a 6/6 flying. Yeah, this is what Magic used to look like, kids. Now you pay 7 mana, you should be getting like a 9/9 that's got 8 lines of text.
Yeah.
So it's got flying, and at the end of your turn, you gain 3 life if it's untapped. Otherwise, each opponent loses 3 life. So I will move to the end of my turn, and because it's untapped, I will gain 3 life.
It is untapped.
Gets me back up to
He's a 6/6er?
32. Yep.
Dang.
Yeah, I stopped at the old Don Father yesterday to see if they had a bundle.
Did they?
No bundles.
No bundles for you
Out of
left?
bundles.
Yeah.
Those were really good bundles we got from him, actually.
I bought a pre-release and it was pretty. I definitely got my money's worth out of it.
She's still.
Probably should have opened it on camera.
Now, does that guy, when he... That's not when he attacks, okay. Not when he flips.
No, he's super hard to flip over.
Well, that's fine. I think I probably like this side better than the other
Yeah,
side
probably.
for
Yeah,
this deck
I
anyway.
would imagine.
I feel bad if I do that. It's just bad.
Just do it, man. Just do it.
Right?
Don't feel bad.
It's like
And
PD the other
Think
day.
about what I just did to you
Downs.
with the Urtet deck.
Yeah. Paying 6 for the Xanathar Guild Kingpin.
Oh no.
And I know that you've got that 6/6 out there right now, so
Yeah, PD could have definitely won a couple.
why don't we swing with a 6/6 and your 5/4 infect, and we'll keep that
I don't-
doctor as a block.
don't-
I'll block the 6/6 and I'll block the 5/4 on 6/6 and a 5/4.
Ooh, so they all die.
So they're all gonna die.
This one's gonna
Murder.
yeah, that one will leave infect everywhere, but that doesn't
You can
matter.
choose to have Lazav become a copy of the Sphinx Sovereign, which is a 6/6, or the Enigma Sphinx.
The 6/6 flyer seems pretty good to me.
Alright, when Enigma Sphinx dies, he gets put into my library, 3rd from the top, because he is an Enigma.
Mm-hmm. And that is an enigma.
my board slowly collapses.
I'm good when you
All
are.
right. Okay, so my turn. I will untap. Be very sad.
I'm just not running my Jace, I guess.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine, man. It's all good. I'm not. So we'll pay 3 for an Ashnod's Altar. Just so effed.
Where's the coupon? We need Astronaut's coupon.
Done it one time and I made
I was there for that. It was awesome.
I'll pay 4 for a Seraph of the Scales.
That was Peanut's like, yeah, Josh,
And I can pay white to
Go
give
to
it
Sorry
Vigilance or
Mr. Deer?
black to give it Death Touch.
in the middle of a game.
Sometimes those games last long enough you could do
And
that.
then I will say go.
Oh,
It was pretty awesome.
feeling pretty good. Here. Come on.
What are the life totals?
I'm at 32.
I'm at 38. Peanut, you got any spicy instants or sorceries in your graveyard?
Spicy instants or sorceries? Not really. I have a Fateful Absence, and a Glimpse of the Unthinkable. So I got
That is a little
those two.
spice.
Yeah.
So that is kind of spicy.
Yeah. But you don't have any flyers right now.
No, I do have the one flyer. I got the Seraph of the Scales. She's an
Oh.
angel. She's got flying, and then I can give her Death Touch.
Yeah.
You take your Fateful Absence out of your graveyard, smoke your angel.
Yeah, we'll use memory play to do that. Smoke that angel.
So I heard you wanted to do a live with Dashner.
Oh, yeah.
That sounded interesting.
You're like, Dash is going to come out of this with the best damn deck because he's going to have 5 people.
I mean, he's got all the freaking cards, you know.
He does. He's been playing this game longer than anybody. He's got more cards than anybody.
And I'm getting smashed for 6.
6 and that's 11.
11. Oh,
Um,
boom! And that's 6 of its commander.
Yeah.
I got the die for that. Hold on. I know I got the die for that. Yeah. Oh, yep. Got the Demir die for it. There's my commander damage.
And then I'm gonna do why don't we just kill Jace? I'll go down 8. Each player shuffles his or her hand and graveyard into their library, and then I get to draw 7 cards.
And then you get to draw 7 cards?
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
That's what it says.
That is a dick move. I mean, I guess you're getting everything shuffled back into your library, but no cards.
Yeah, that's a silly Jace.
Okay. Yeah,
We'll see. Hopefully I just draw 7 good cards, because otherwise all I got's this damn Lazav attacking.
I think it's gonna be good enough.
Yeah.
In there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, Tom's in.
Oh, that is. I can't play Notion Thief as my land for the turn.
No.
Telling you, it's this pack. But what I will do is
depth perception.
tap and put that on my King 10. And then I will definitely say go.
Yeah. Awesome. So, yeah, I'll untap, I guess. And,
Top deck.
let's check out the top card of my library. Boom. That was a card that was in my hand before.
Oh.
Awesome. So let's see here. Let's go 1, 2, 3 to make a mirror propagator token.
Mhm.
So that'll make a me a mirror. And then we'll pay 1, 2, 3. Tap that and create a vampire with lifelink. And that's what I got.
Alrighty, untap all this crap. At the beginning of upkeep, choose an opponent until the end of turn you can't cast spells.
God damn it.
You may look at the top card of their library at any time or play the top card. You can spend mana as though it were any color to cast it.
The hell's doing that?
This Xanthir,
Yeah,
the
that
older
thing.
dude.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what is the top card of that library you got over there? Oh, I'm not doing that to you. You're fine. You can just draw that.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate that.
I will take an extra turn after this one.
Okay. Awesome.
Because I'm not that nice. And whatever, we're gonna
Just smash me.
yeah, we're gonna try for 12 here
Yep, taking 12.
or 13. Yeah, 13 we'll do.
13?
Yeah.
Alright.
And then
Plus
we'll
we have, like, 7.
we'll untap.
With
I'll
6 command or 12 commander damage.
Oh.
Still only got that 5 infect though.
I know. I'll end my turn, untap for my second turn, lay a Sire of Stagnation, and I'll swing for another 11 in the air.
That's what's in the hand. Can't use it. Not on his turn.
Yeah, because it's casual.
So I kind of deserve that after what Urtet did.
Oh man,
so.
Urtet smashed me up real good. Real good. I was playing a Joda deck and I didn't even get 2 creatures out.
This
I don't
was
think.
some of what I got in the.
Holy moly. Well, here, set that thing up like a quickie and talk to the people about the cards that you got while,
I think that's actually gonna be my last game. I'm gonna head out.
alright.
Glad I could drop in on
Yeah,
the.
thanks a lot for stopping in, Peanut. That's awesome. For those of you at home, anybody still out there watching, who do we got out there yet? Oh, we had Tom Burkhardt.
Yeah, Josh, I know. I'm
popped
very,
in.
very dead. Yes, I see that.
It's a little dead this time, but
Yeah.
that Urtet deck stomped me up real good. Gave me an eye patch. Now I can't see out of my left
There
eye.
you go. That's how Carlos got the eye patch.
That's how I got my eye patch.
Got the Urtek kicked his eyeball out.
This is actually, we got our tribal Tamir game coming up, and I wanted to make sure that I could do that whole thing with an eye patch on, so today was kind of a practice run, and
I
I'll
mean,
tell
we
you
just
what.
poke you in the eye and you can do it for real.
Yeah, no, this was a big one. I gotta say, for those of you at home that wear eye patches, I hope you're not doing it for decoration, because it's not fun.
Yeah, unless you're a pirate.
Unless, yeah, if you're a pirate, I mean,
It's kinda goes
Carlos
with
is
it.
a pirate.
Carlos the pirate.
Well, I
Right.
mean, the whole point of the pirates wearing the eye patch is so that when they go below deck, they move the patch over to their other eye, so they have one eye that's always attuned to the darkness. for when they
Oh,
go
is
below
that
decks.
right?
Yep.
Learn something new every day.
That was the point of the eye patch.
I thought they just
Right?
put those eye patches on so they could hide their weed in there.
I
It's a
don't
good
know.
spot to hide it.
I mean,
Nobody's gonna look for it there.
Nobody's gonna pull your eye patch up and start digging in your eye socket. I would hope.
You'd hope, anyways.
All
right,
awesome. Well,
folks.
thank you, Peanut. I appreciate that.
I was glad to stop in.
We're gonna set this up so Benny can talk to you about some of these cool cards that he pulled, and then I will actually see Peanut out, and I will be right back.
Good night,
Benny, you wanna
everybody.
swing over
Yeah.
here, maybe. We'll get you set up for this. And then we're just gonna leave Benny to it to tell us about these cards real quick. I know I already did that today. If you guys, we got 15 of you on here. Let us know who is on here. Let us know that you're here. We got a few packs to give away. We got some stuff that we'd love to give away if we got some awesome people willing to participate. All right. Josh is saying peace out, Peanut. I'm gonna quick get up and we'll set this up for Benny J here. Is this your deck?
yeah, that's
All right.
a different deck.
I'm gonna set this just like that so you can get no glare behind your cards.
Oh yeah, let's take this one out of the sleeve.
And
Alright.
then on the red team, we got Healing, a red team. The red team, we got Healing, a red team.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
All right, well, I stopped down at the old Don Father's local game store yesterday to try and pick up a bundle of the new March of the Machines, but they were out. So I decided to buy just a pre-release, and I got some pretty spicy things in it. So I got this guy. That was like the foily whatever you get. I don't remember what you call it. But yeah, I got this guy, the bloated processor. Sacrifice Phyrexian. Put a +1/+1 on him. Wow, this is really tiny. It's hard to read. Anyway, yeah. Bloated processor dies. Incubate X, where X is its power. So I kind of, well, let's get to this one. I pulled this guy, or gal, I should say. Miss Atraxa. And I know there's like a bazillion Atraxa decks in our freaking playgroup. I'm going to try not to do it the same way. We're trying to do it with all these like incubator and backup stuffs and see what I can do. But yeah, that's what I put this in there for. So yeah, I got the Atraxa. Oh yeah, this guy too. And Azuri, Stalker of Spheres. When he enters the battlefield, pay 3. If I do, proliferate twice. And I'm really digging this proliferate. Proliferate, if we can talk here today. You know, whenever you proliferate, draw a card. And, you know, Atraxa does that thing at the end of her turn. So, and then I got this fancy cat nightmare thingy. I kind of really dig this art, though. But yeah, Luris of the Dream Den. Got some lifelink. I don't ever use the companion because it's just, you could, but I don't know. Commander, it's a little rougher, but I just use it as a card. Yeah, and once during each of your turns, you may cast a permanent spell with mana 2 or less. I wonder if I even got permanents here with 2 or less. I should probably make sure I got some of them for that, but I don't know. We'll see. And then got the Emery, Lurker of the Lock. You know, spell cost 1 less. I probably should think. I probably need some artifacts in here. I don't know if I got artifacts in that deck or not. I'm sure I do. Anyway, when Emery, Lurker of the Lock enters the battlefield, mill 4 cards. Then you can choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You cast that card this turn. And it costs 1 less cast for each artifact I control. I better put some artifacts in there. Oh yeah, and then I pulled the old fancy new Shalodred too. All from the bundle. Or not the bundle, the pre-release kit. So yeah, this lovely lady has the Menace, the Menace. And when she enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature or planeswalker. And then, yeah, pay 4 colorless and a black, exile Shalodred, and turn it to the battlefield transformed. Ooh. And it gives this lovely saga. For each opponent, the first one, for each opponent, destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker that player controls. And for the second verse, each opponent discards 3 cards, then mills 3 cards. Dang. And then the very final one, put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. Exile the true scriptures and return it to the battlefield as Shalodred. Right? Pretty sure that's how that works. Yep. Front face up. So, but yeah. I guess, for not getting a bundle, I did pretty good, you know. I just get some sleeves now so I gotta eat them fancy make your own cards. You can't see the back of them because I got a bunch of the battles and stuff in here, and I can't remember what else it was. There's a card that has something to do with how many flip creatures you had or something. I can't remember right offhand, but I'm pretty sure I put it in there. But yeah, I need some sleeves because there's a lot of the old flippy cards in it. And yeah, and oh yeah, I also pulled the Goro Goro and Saitora, or Saitoru, and pretty much already made a goblin deck out of it. You know, because that's what the Goblin King does. I mean, there's, you know, a couple dragons in there because, you know, that's what it does, but definitely had to throw a few goblins in there as well. I mean, I wonder if I had any flip cards in that one. I don't remember now. But, yeah, I mean, usually don't have a lot of money to get cards, so when I do, and I get spice like this, it's really addicting. Like, I ain't got the money to buy more cards. But I'm gonna go buy another pack. Damn it. No, I can't eat. Just kidding. Probably more like I can't drink. Find a beverage of some sort, but yeah.
How you doing over here? We were gonna just leave you in here and let's see how long it took you to start squirming.
Not too bad. Trying to figure out some of the other cards I had, like the Goro Goro and Saitoru, or Satoru, however you say that.
And you already built a deck for that?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Well, like I said, put a bunch of goblins in it, and it's blue, so I put a bunch. I freaking hate using counter spells, but Goro Goro's got a bunch. No.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Because I
He
mean,
needs 'em.
yeah. That's what I figured, you know. And I threw a couple dragons in there. I know I got a blue dragon somewhere. I should probably throw in there too, but I didn't find it right offhand. I just moved, so the cards are everywhere and packed. So basically, just playing with new stuff at the moment till I get all the other stuff. Oh.
So who do we got on here? Who wants to do a giveaway?
Ooh,
Who wants
giveaways.
who wants to win something?
Yeah.
I see a lot of the people on this chat are from our Casual Commander group, and they actually win lots of cards all the time here, and they play lots of cards here. We got Family Time. I don't know who that is.
Actually, my favorite deck so far, I made a Ixal Scion of Atraxa. With a little toxic. No infect, direct infect characters or nothing, just the toxic. So.
The thing I really like about the toxic ability is that there's a couple artifacts and enchantments that you can put on creatures that give them infect. So then you hit them for a 6/6 infect and it's got toxic 6 and boom, they're dead and they didn't even know what happened.
Yeah.
You're taking a little bit of infect poison and a little bit of toxic poison, and then I saw another card that we went through today that it doesn't have infect, but it gives, when it deals damage to you, you get that many poison counters. So you could give that thing toxic and infect.
Yeah. I actually won the game. I won a game with it just because it was a card. You draw 2 cards, take 2 damage, and each opponent gets a poison counter.
Ooh.
Something like that.
Over and over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty sweet. It's the only game I won that night, but it was good. Everybody left with a win, so.
So yeah, I think what we maybe should do is see if there's anybody that wants to get into a giveaway real quick. We do a quick giveaway or two.
Yeah, let's get a giveaway going.
Otherwise, maybe next weekend we can do a big giveaway and just give lots of stuff away.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys. It is a dreary Sunday day, and we are here with you. We're glad that you're here. if you guys want to continue hanging out, Benny J and I can play a game for some prizes for you guys.
Yeah.
Or we could sit here and chat a little more, or we could call her a night. That's up to you.
Yeah.
You let us know what's going on. How is everybody doing out there? All right, we got
Freaking Sheloldred.
yeah, lots of.
I mean, just these 2 cards alone, I think, paid for my.
Oh yeah, that Sheoldred's probably 20, and I think the Atraxa is still 15.
Yeah, I think they were, when I looked them up, they were both around like $15, something like that.
Yeah, no, that is definitely that's a good purchase.
Yeah. Like I said, should have opened it on camera. That would have been nice, but I'm impatient.
I am glad we got away from all those learning lessons and stuff like that. I do like backup and incubate much better.
Oh, you mean
as
like
the
in
set.
yeah.
Yeah, the whole learn a lesson, create a food, create a treasure. That stuff was not.
Enter the dungeon. Yeah, I'm not all about entering dungeons. Like I'm already playing one game. Play game inside a game. I did that once with Peanut. I think it was the same time he made Josh go to the store and get him some beverages.
During the game. During the game.
During the game, yeah, we had to pause so Josh could run to the store for Peanut. It was funny. But yeah, I think we played a whole game under the table with the same deck, new hands. It was odd, to say the least.
All right, Dragon Princess is still here. Everybody's still here.
Playing on cards, yo.
All right, guys. Well, as I'm sitting here, we could do a couple of packs of Jumpstart. Otherwise, we could just give these away. That does not matter so much to me. There are some super cool cards in these. We were gonna have them for a giveaway. We can play some cards with them. What else do we got for giveaways? We got a couple of Commander Precons to give away on our next giveaway. We definitely have more Unfinity. And we have lots of packs that could go out to you guys. We bought these not for us to do pack openings, but we bought them more for you guys to give away as prizes and stuff. So let's go ahead and just actually take these for maybe next weekend. Let's do a huge giveaway. We'll promote it and stuff, and we'll get a big group of people in here, and we will give away cards for an entire evening. That sounds like a good live stream.
Yeah.
You know, let us know what you think about that. Do you want to do a giveaway? Do you want to just do another game? We will be here either way. Let's see, what else do we got? While we're waiting for these guys, I do have a couple extra packs of March of the Machines that we could be sitting here opening, just so you guys don't have to hear us figure out what we're doing. Let's take one little quick look here. We got Aluris and Dream Den right there as an art card. These ones are gonna be the backwards ones, I can tell. So let's go ahead and backwards it up. Did we get anything good? Did we get anything good? Let's see. We got a Tiller of Flesh. All right. Yeah, while we're doing this, we'll just open a couple packs while we figure it out. A Mutagen Connoisseur. Play Mother Game. Oh, let's do a big giveaway next week. Okay, I'm down with that. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. A Gloomfang Mauler. We got a Kithkin Belly Rider. An Onaki Javelineer. All right. We got a foil Phyrexian Full Art Mountain. And our art card, Luris of the Dream Den. I told you that's who it was. You can tell because it's the only big four-eyed cat that I know.
Yeah.
We got an incubator token. Use them. Those are cool. Absolutely buckle up, everybody. We got a Voldaren Thrill Seeker. Now, those Voldarens are all vampires. You can tell they're Olivia's people. It's got backup too. Sacrifice this creature. It deals damage equal to its power to any target. So when you back up a creature with 2, you put 2/1/1 counters on it, and then you can pay 1 and sack it, and it deals damage to any target. Kind of cool. If you got a lot of vampires worth sacrificing, use them to deal damage. We got another one of these dang cards, Imori the Collector. It's got Companion. All of these crazy looking arts had Companion, I believe. Each non-land card in your starting deck shares a card type. And that's what you need to have him do your Companion. Now, when he enters the battlefield, choose a card type. Spells you cast of the chosen type, cast 1 less to cast. Now, that's kind of weird colors to be doing a stacks creature, but that's okay. Usually, green and black don't have as much trouble grabbing the mana. So, spells green and black costing 1 less to cast is cool, but it's not as helpful as in like a white color. And that's our second little rare, Invasion of Amonkhet. And the dumbest looking rat card ever. Oh my goodness. He came right out of Battletoads and never changed. It's a rat samurai riding on a freewheeler bike. Whatever the heck that is. I have to say this is probably the dumbest art I've ever seen in this set. Yuck. And I do like the artist's other work. It's just this one. What happened? What happened with you? And a Herbology Instructor. Oh, it looks like Benny is pulling out. What are you doing over here? Pulling out a deck? You want to...
No, that's my new Atraxa deck, but I need sleeves because I got all like flip cards and stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
battles and whatnot in there.
Yeah.
We're separating them, so in case I need to.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for showing up for this MTG Casual Commander Live. Like I said, the players were not able to get together tonight. We had Peanut stop in and hang out with us for a little bit and play a game or two. We had Benny J come in right here at the end and show us kind of what he's been pulling out of his cards. And we're going to save the rest of these cards for a big giveaway. Let's wait until next weekend, and we will give away some amazing Magic the Gathering prizes and packs. If you have any questions or concerns, hit us up on MTG Casual Commander Team at gmail.com, and we will catch you.
When is the Zoltan studio supposed to be?
That will be coming up on June 1st. So we have a couple more weeks of lives that we're going to be doing from the studio here, and then we're going to hand this all off to Flatline Studios, and we're going to see what he does with it. We are not really a company that was designed to do a bunch of live shows, and we do realize that you guys like it a lot. So we're going to keep doing them. We're probably going to send them all to Zoltan from here on out. Other than that, we will keep doing everything. Mock Digital Media is going to keep doing everything else for the channel, all of the crazy graphics, and we have more games coming up soon. We have more pack openings. If you check out the shiny cards in the vault, we have plenty of those for you. And we got to work on some combos. We got to get more combos in our combo section for you guys. It's been overwhelming how many requests we've got for more combos. We will be working on that this week,
Yes,
and we're gonna be giving
if I
you.
got any good combos.
Yeah, we'll see what we got. We'll get some out there, and we'll see you this week. May the magic continue. The ATOG's not around to do his thing today. You want to try it? You want to try the ATOG voice? Oh, let the magic continue. Nope. I can't do it.
I don't know. I got more of a goblin voice, I think.
Yeah? I think if you've been practicing your goblin voice. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot again. We will see you on the very next MTG Casual Commander, and we have a great week worth of content coming up for you. Later.
Have a good one.